Hey, what's up, y'all? And most people spend their life broke, trying to look rich, and I actually do the exact opposite of that, and I win. And I'm going to share with y'all how and why that is. So, firstly, I just know this from experience. I came from, a poor family, and I've seen my whole life my parents and stuff, always in debt, taking out loans for mortgages, for cars, for just random crap, like always using credit. And it was just fine, using credit is fine, but they use that stuff to accumulate things. And even now, like my dad's in his 70s, has a mortgage. My mom and dad are divorced, by the way, but he's got a car payment too. My mom, also nearly 70, has a mortgage, has a car payment, and like all these things, like I just don't see the point in it. And I just do things a lot differently. And that's one of the things about living abroad that has worked for me is I live cheap, but not because I have to. I live cheap as a strategy, right? It's like I usually spend $1,000 to $1,200, $1,500 a month at the most. You can actually see my cost of living breakdowns where I share those things with you guys. But for many, many years, I was making $7,000 to $10,000 a month, but I'm only spending $1,000 a month, no debt, no nothing. And because of that, I was able to start saving up a lot of cash. And not just saving cash, I started investing cash into things that actually pay me money. And actually now, like I don't have to do anything and I still get paid every single month through a lot of my investments. There's been months where my passive income investments have paid me $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 in 1 month from doing nothing. Just that money is just sitting there earning me money. And there's other months where I didn't make so much. There's other months where I made $2,000 or $3,000 in passive income, but that's still money that I'm earning from doing absolutely nothing because I spent my money and managed my money in the right way, all from living frugal. And when it comes to living frugal, like I don't think people have this misconception. Living frugal means like I got to sacrifice something. Like I can't have these things that I want, or I can't have nice stuff, and that's actually not true. When it comes to being frugal, like for me, it means I might spend a lot of money like on something nice and expensive, but of high quality, and it's something that's going to basically be worth the money instead of buying cheap crap all the time. So what do I mean in this example? For example, like my phone. This is an iPhone 13. I paid about $1,200 for this phone, but like 4 years ago, right? I don't go out every single September, October, or whenever the new iPhone drops and buy a $1,200 phone. I buy one and I take care of it, and it lasts me for 4 or 5 years. It actually lasts longer than that, but eventually I go ahead and upgrade it. But I just do that every once in a while, but it's something high quality, something that's gonna last a long time. I also think about it like this, like I can go out and basically eat anything I want to eat. I can go to some fancy restaurant and pay a few $100s for a meal, no problem. But if I do that, right? For example, say I pay $500. Say I take me and a date out, and we go out and have a really nice fancy meal, and I spent $500 for that. Probably 2 or 3 weeks later, I'm not even going to remember that meal. I'm not going to remember like how it tasted. I ain't going to remember none of that stuff. But if I went out and spent anywhere like $200 to $500, say like on some books to learn something, or on a course or something like that that's going to teach me some type of skill that I can use for the rest of my life, that $200 to $500 I spent on those books or that course or that skill is a really great investment, because it's going to help me further down the road and reach my goals and help me potentially earn even more money. But if I spend that $500 on a meal, I might have had a nice time out with the date or whatever, and a nice environment, but you can get that for cheaper, especially if it's something that's not really memorable, that you're not really going to care about or you're going to forget about a little bit later. It's not really worth the money. And that's what frugality means to me, is spending money on quality experiences and things that are going to pay you back. And that is how I managed to get ahead living abroad, or living cheaply, as people say, because yeah, it is cheap to live here. You can live here expensive too. I know people who make a lot more money than me, but they spend every freaking dime they get, and they even ask me to borrow money. And me, on the other hand, you know, I just live a normal, simple life. I mean, I do nice things, and I have some nice things, of course, but at the same time, I usually spend most of my money on things, like I said, they're gonna pay me back somehow. Like this phone, you know, $1,200 phone. It's been 4 years already, but I use this a lot for work, for earning money, for many different things. And it's lasted that long. So it's worth the $1,200 investment, in my opinion. And just like even consuming free things, right? If you're, for example, watching YouTube videos and scrolling through YouTube shorts and watching some bullshit that adds no value to your life, it's not really being frugal. You're wasting your time, just like you're wasting your money, right? Time is valuable. And when I watch things on YouTube, or something like that, I try to consume content that's going to add some type of value to my life, whether it be an emotional or mental shift or something like that, or something that's going to help me in some sort of way, instead of just scrolling through, you know, mindless, stupid TikTok dances or some bullshit like that. So that is basically how, you know, being frugal and living cheaply is a strategy, and how it has helped me actually become quite wealthy over the years. You know, I know I'm not trying to brag, and actually maybe it's not a brag, there's people a lot younger than me who are a lot better off than me. But, you know, for me, as somebody who comes from a poor family and I've worked hard my entire life, it feels good to be 43 years old. And if I don't want to go to work tomorrow, I can say, you know what, I quit, and I ain't got to worry about it. So it's a good feeling. But at the same time, you know, I don't do that because certain things like boredom and all these other things set in. And also, I want to bring value to the world, whether that be through, you know, my videos or teaching children or anything that just adds some type of value to somebody. And that's the way I try to look at things. And that's why I continue to do things that, you know, instead of just sitting on the couch. You know, some people, they get some money, or they think, you know, if I get some money, I'm just going to sit on the couch and watch TV and do nothing. And that's exactly why they don't have the money to do that. So, you know, that's just my philosophy and my take on things. And that's why I live cheap strategically, not because I have to, but because I want to, and I actually quite enjoy it. Actually, I think it's kind of a fun challenge to see how little money I can spend in a month, as opposed to, can I buy this and can I do that and can I do this, right? It's really fun and exciting and challenging for me to, like, okay, I spent, you know, $1,500 last month. Can I have the same quality of life and only spend $1,200? Like, it's just a fun mental game for me, I guess. And when I save that extra $300, then that extra money goes right to my investment and pays me even more money. So it's like a win-win strategy for me. So yeah, I thought I'd share that with you guys, and hopefully this brought some type of value to you and your life and help you think about some of those things differently. I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down below. And also, don't forget to check out the links below. My memoir is down below also, about how I went through all these struggles and pain and depression and all these things to actually overcoming all those things and finding freedom and purpose abroad here in China. That's down below. Check it out. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.